Let's see.
Now I'm invested here. I got to know what he
My
orders.
phone's right here. Let's see what's open on Uber Eats right now.
Order your food on the show.
Hey, oh my God, look who it is. I told you I'd get him. Nathan, these guys think that you're disinfo. I don't know if they're bullshitting or not, but we watched the video of you flat smacking, and they had their laughs about it. Now you're here, the real thing, and maybe they'll be a little more timid. I don't know. What
He
do
just
you have
looked
to
off
say?
camera to his handler.
Yeah,
What do you
motherfucker, what are you doing shouting at elementary school kids? I just want to say right now, that's stupid. Stop doing that.
Well, hang on. Let him. First off,
it's like an ambush. So first, yes, Jeremy.
Your claim is that I shouldn't be yelling at kids?
No, don't be yelling at fucking elementary school kids. That's fucking stupid. Stop that.
this is where he decimates you guys. I'm serious.
I was in a park, so would you recommend that I whisper to all the kids in the park?
You were right next to an elementary school.
Yeah, and they were all playing on recess in the park.
Stop doing that. That's fucking stupid.
So we don't have freedom of speech?
I believe in freedom of speech, but it's just not, I'm not saying you don't have the freedom to do that. I'm saying it's fucking stupid and it's a bad way to spread your message.
Freedom of speech, we can end it right there and you can shut up.
No, I'm saying it's a bad way to spread your fucking message.
In your opinion.
Yes, I'm saying that in my opinion, it's a bad way to spread your message. And if you disagree with that, well, we can end it right here, but I'm still saying it's a bad way to spread your message.
Let him. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a follower of your show, so I don't give two shits about your opinion, dude.
Well, if you don't care about my opinion, well, that ends it. But I'm still saying it's a bad way to spread your message.
Okay, let's have a dialogue here. You guys don't really believe that he's disinfo, though. You were just saying that, right?
I don't know. I mean, the only thing that I've ever really seen was that clip that you showed. So
right. That's not the best introduction. If
All right.
you want the best introduction, hear him take apart Bob the Science Guy on Jose Gonzalez's podcasts every day. They get some serious ground covered. And, I think that because of Nathan being so outspoken, they tend to gang up on him, the Globers. Now, I'm not a flat earther myself, but I appreciate Nathan's personality. I think he brings some entertainment to the table. So, Nathan, I thank you for coming on, first of all. Why don't you tell your side of the story? Because we saw the mugshot, and then that's embarrassing for anybody. I mean, is there anything you want to say? I mean, I know you have way more followers. Huh?
I'm not embarrassed at all, dude. All God's prophets got locked up and thrown in jail. So big deal, dude. They want to charge me with disorderly conduct for standing on a public sidewalk and telling kids large bodies of water don't curve. That's a badge of honor, dude. I should go get the charge tattooed on my arm, dude. Total joke, bro. We live in America. We can tell kids the truth. What do they think?
Optics, bro.
Lie to the kids, and there's not going to be any repercussions. And I want to know.
You got repercussions for it.
No, the repercussions were me standing on the sidewalk telling the kids large bodies of water don't curve. And Trevor went back there on Friday.
Yeah, you got repercussions for that.
Trevor went back there on Friday, did the exact same thing, and he didn't get arrested. He didn't get disorderly conduct. So why is it that they get to just arbitrarily decide that when I do it, it's disorderly conduct, but when Trevor does it, it's no big deal?
Did he film it?
Yeah, of course he filmed it. It's on my YouTube. It's on his YouTube channel. But I want to know if anyone here actually thinks I'm disinfo agent. Otherwise, I can just get going.
I don't.
Like like I will say that you're not disinfo in the sense that I don't think you're being paid off by anyone, but I do think you're going about expressing your opinion in the worst way possible.
Got it. Cool. Well, any other questions before I leave?
Yeah, I do. I got a question for you.
Okay, hang on. No, because I'm the host. Nathan,
okay, well, go then.
Nathan, well, hang on, Gregor. We'll let you. But
okay.
Nathan, before will you come back? Maybe if it's just you and I, and we can have a one-on-one discussion where I may give you more benefit of the doubt, and we can have a dialogue. And
I want to be included.
Okay, well, would you be willing to do that?
I'm happy to do a Q&A with you guys, no problem. But before I leave, is there anything on the tip of your tongue that you want to ask the flat earther that you just have, you want answers to?
Okay,
Yeah,
I have a question.
Gregor first. Let Gregor go first.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm curious about what you think's going on in Antarctica.
Yeah, that's the perimeter. Since 1961, they established an Antarctic Treaty. So God only knows, bro. I mean, I can only speculate what's going on over there. But what we do know is that fauna, flora, and there's drastic temperature variations. Nothing's the same in the Arctic and the Antarctic. Captain Cook went around it. Took him 3 years, over 60,000 miles. Now, we can argue about the route he traveled and everything, but flights, there's no flights over Antarctica. Something's going on there, bro. It's not. And if you this is the best part. This is all you got to do. Google pictures of the South Pole. It's the funniest thing you've ever seen. And then the United States Geological Survey states they use the azimuthal equidistant map, not just for calculating distances outward from the North Pole, but for making maps of Antarctica. Now, if you're going to map Antarctica, the flat Earth map's the last map you would use, because that's one with Antarctica being the most distorted. Oh, pictures of the South Pole from space is what I meant.
Oh, okay.
And what's interesting is they allegedly have 4 different South Poles, guys. There's a magnetic South Pole, a ceremonial South Pole, a geographic South Pole, and a celestial South Pole. It's like they can't make up their minds. How many look at those, guys. How funny is that? Come on. Can we all agree that's a joke? Those are all jokes. They think we're stupid. They think we're going to believe that's a picture of the South Pole from space, dude. That's how dumb they think we are.
What did they gain by keeping Antarctica from us? The large truth of it.
Well, they have to keep Antarctica from us because without that, their cookie crumbles, bro. It's from the globe lies stems evolution and Big Bang and basically government tyranny, which is what we're living in today, is modern day statism, where people worship the state. And you ask them, well, why do you think Earth's a ball? And they don't even have scientific answers at all whatsoever. It's just, well, that's what everyone believes. That's what my cult told me. So
I guess one question I have, because both me and Jeremy are Christian, are there any instances in the Bible relating to flat Earth? Because I'm not familiar with that. Which I've not read the whole Bible.
There's hundreds of instances. I could freaking go. Trevor, they want to know where flat Earth is in the Bible. So in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth is without form and void. Darkness moved over the deep, and the Spirit of God moved over the face of the waters. So we're only 2 verses deep, and God's telling you he's above water. Up. Not around water. It's objective, not relative. Also, Joshua, he stopped the sun. Jesus was taken high enough to see all kingdoms. Every eye will see him when he returns. Psalm 104:5 says the earth's on foundations. It will never move. It says in Revelation, all the stars will fall to heaven. It says in Genesis, the sun, moon, stars are locked in the firmament for signs and seasons. So no space, no spinning. That's all fake.
So are you a Christian yourself?
Yeah, I'm a Christian myself, and I'm here with my buddy Trevor. He went to Bob Jones University. We're both Christians, and happy to talk about whatever.
So do you guys? Okay, do you all believe that the Satan is the master of this world?
What was that, brother?
Do you believe that Satan is the master of this world?
He's the prince of the air. Yeah, he's running things here. He's been conspiring since the garden. So it's kind of interesting that Christians would say there can't be a conspiracy that big. Well, the devil's been conspiring for thousands of years to separate you from God. And you know what God does? He laughs because he says, you are my people and you will know the truth. So if you have eyes to see and ears to hear, this will resonate with you. But if you're not seeking truth and you're a lover of lies, what I say will just sound like static on the television.
Okay, so excuse me if I sound dumb. I've been drinking rum all night, but just really tell me, why do you think that yelling at random kids in a park is a good way to spread your message? Because That just seems really dumb to me. It makes you look psychotic.
Yeah, of course. So I was yelling because they were in a park, and I don't think whispering in a park is very effective, and I don't want people to make fun of me and think I'm an idiot because I whispered at a bunch of kids when they're all in a park.
Why are you trying to spread it to kids? Why are you not spreading it to people?
Globalists, that buddy, they steal your kids from you and teach them Ursa ball.
Oh.
All I did was say large bodies of water do not curve, and they don't. So if you have a problem with me raising my tone to teach kids the truth, that's a personal problem. You got to take that up with the man in the mirror.
Okay, well, I have a problem with you like going to random kids in the park and doing that. Why do you not like try to like convince their parents to let you teach them that?
Do I look like when you look in the mirror, do you see this handsome face? No.
Yes, I do. I'm fucking handsome.
I'm not a mirror. Okay, so take it up with yourself. That's a personal problem that you don't think teaching kids the truth is okay.
I'm not against teaching kids like alternative ideas. I'm against the idea of going and yelling at them in a park. Why do you not go up to the kids?
Watch the video. I
watched the video. You were yelling at random kids.
No, I approached them cordially. It's only
no, you didn't. You were fucking yelling at them.
No, it's only when the teacher tried to censor me that I elevated my voice because it was the end of recess. The bells were going off. And they were all being called inside. So I wanted.
Well, that's still a dumb idea because you were trying to yell at kids when they should not have been yelled at.
That's your opinion.
Well, okay. I mean, you can boil anything down to like that's your opinion.
Nope. Large bodies of water don't curve. That's not my opinion.
I'm not arguing about that. I'm arguing about your fucking optics. Why the fuck are you yelling at random kids in the park?
Why didn't Trevor? I'm sorry. Why didn't Trevor get arrested for the same thing? Do we know that yet?
Yeah, Trevor, why didn't you get arrested and I did?
Okay, before you say anything, I will agree. Yeah, the law is bullshit. They will like fucking arrest people for random reasons. I'm not arguing that.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I guess it was just because he was yelling, but I mean, I don't know.
So did they listen to you, Trevor, when you spoke to them? I mean,
a bunch of kids walked by. I mean, yeah, some of them agreed the earth was flat. One of them said everyone knows the earth is flat. So
well, maybe from a parental or teacher point of view, maybe it looks weird that school kids are talking to, for all intents and purposes, random strangers, and they just, in a school setting, maybe they think it's not the most appropriate place. I think maybe your hearts were in the right place, but maybe, like he said, optics. I don't know. What would you say to that?
Yeah, what I'm saying is maybe your hearts were in the right place, but your heads were up your asses.
Well, I'm not going that far, but
I am. That was dumb. Come on, guys. If you believe in what you believe, you need to do better.
Get saved.
Huh?
I'm willing to look like a fool for Jesus Christ in order that those who believe get saved.
I can't
look. I don't see how that's going to save anyone. Like I'll say up front, I'm not a Christian. I'm not a flat earther. But even if I was, I do not see how what you did is going to save anyone.
You're small-minded. You don't see the big picture. If I didn't do what I did, I wouldn't be on this channel talking with you about flat Earth, would I?
Okay, Boomer.
You don't see the big
He's
picture.
not a boomer.
Okay,
dude.
Boomer.
I know you're drunk, but he's not a boomer.
Well, if he's just gonna say it's just like, well, you're just small-minded, when I respond to like how he's trying to spread his message, then I'm just gonna say, okay, Boomer. That's fucking stupid.
Okay, well, hang on.
You guys know that I do more than just talk to school kids, right?
I know you do. I'll like give you the benefit of the doubt. You do more than that. But why is that specific thing a good idea? That's fucking stupid. That is the worst possible way you could spread your message.
We're getting hung up on this. I mean,
you look like a fucking homeless guy fucking yelling about the end times are coming on the street corner.
Well, the end times are coming. Guests on your show, you should say, "Hey, here's the
end times are coming."
To come on, so we can shout over you and tell you what we think the entire time.
No, not.
Okay, sorry, I'm shouting. I've been drinking, so.
I'm the guest, dude. Like, come on, show
what the
some
fuck?
respect. I'll just leave. You guys are being jerks, dude.
Okay,
no,
sorry.
Jeremy aren't.
Okay,
you've already established that you don't like the tactics that they're using, so let's change this subject.
Okay, so
you guys are happy that I tell kids the truth. Big fucking deal.
Okay, I'll apologize. I've been drinking, so I'm not in the best mindset. So I'll ask you 2 questions. One, what are you drinking there? And 2, do you really think that yelling at random kids in a park about your beliefs is the best way to spread your ideas?
Hey, Ben, I appreciate your candor, but no, Nathan, let me get this out because I wanted to have a dialogue, and Nathan, I'm not being a jerk. I know I'm probably getting lost in the mix of voices, but I've followed your videos for a while and listened to you on the Jose Gonzalez show, and I saw your altercation with George Hanesha, whatever, at that convention. And I think that was blown out of proportion. I do think that you are outspoken sometimes in a way that's not to your benefit. But I think that you bring the entertainment. But when you say that water doesn't curve, what about tidal waves?
Well, large bodies of water at rest don't curve. So when it's being manipulated, when there's wind, when there's waves, when there's tidal influence, yes, of course, raindrops, surface tension, meniscus, but that's not earth curve. That's just a property of water. It's adhesive to itself. But when you get enough of it, it flattens out.
Okay, so yeah, I know I've been interrupting you, and I do apologize for that. But I just want to say, so you're saying the large bodies of water don't curve, but like just assuming for the sake of argument, the Earth was curved, why would it not curve if the Earth was that way?
What?
Well, I'm arguing you're saying large bodies of water don't curve because
okay, I see what you're saying.
So what I'm saying is, if the Earth was curved, then why would it not curve if the Earth was actually that way? Why are you saying that it's impossible that it does that? At least if I'm understanding you right.
If the surface is water, water would have to be convex in nature. It would not be flat. So if 70% of the Earth is flat water, maybe you can sketch me a little diagram how that's working on a ball.
Well, I mean, in that case, like the idea is that the scale of the ball is so big that, like on a micro scale, I'm sorry, I've been making on a micro scale,
like 24,901 miles around big, because that's what they state. And according to spherical trigonometry and the Pythagorean theorem, and every Earth curve calculator you Google on the internet, Earth curves 0.666 feet per mile squared. So that's 66.6 feet at 10 miles. So if there's not 70 feet of drop tangent to your feet in all directions at 10 miles, there's a big problem there.
I guess one question I have in relation to Christianity is, what would the effect, like the spiritual effect of believing the earth is round, have on a person? Because I don't
remove the foundations, Trevor.
Yeah, if you remove the foundations, the righteous, what can the righteous do? Psalms 11:3 says. And the whole thing about going to the elementary school, it's about visuals, guys. Can you see that visual?
What is it
looks like a stamp, kind of.
Yeah, that just looks like a stamp you put on an envelope.
God says he stamps out earth like clay under a seal.
That's waxed on a seal. The Bible says, Job 38:14, the earth is pressed flat like a seal, like a signet ring, and that also shows it to be a circle, just like that.
No, what passage is that? Can you tell me what passage that is?
Job 38:14.
Thank you.
And I'll also say, I'm not a Christian, so I'm not going to buy that you say something is happening because the Bible says it.
It's interesting, though.
No,
I will look into it.
You a visual, so because that makes a big deal to get something in your mind. That's why I go down there with a big Earth is flat sign, because that's something that's going to stick in a person's head.
I mean, no, I know what a flat thing looks
so
like as an adult.
When we see constant pictures of a globe Earth that's CGI, and they even admit many of those photos of the globe to be CGI or composite or something that's not a real snapshot. But when that goes into our head, we automatically think, oh, we're on a globe. So visuals are very important, and you remember things like that. You're going to remember a guy standing outside your school with a big sign.
Yeah, and if the Bible says put no evil thing before your eyes, we shouldn't even be looking at globes.
I mean, sure, if you believe that this is a divine command to do this, then that's one thing. But I'm not a Christian, so I don't believe in that. But the thing is,
it's a big deal if the ancients, what the ancients believed, like a group like the Israelites, Moses, the 10 Commandments, everything that they went through. That's a big deal. If their opinion about Earth was something entirely different, that we're under a dome firmament, and a flat circular Earth, because I got 5 verses right here that say the Earth is a circle in the Bible.
Well, that's one thing, but what do you say to the ancient Greeks who believed that the Earth was a globe, and they actually did experiments to confirm this?
Okay, there are no experiments to confirm Earth's a globe. You're just pushing.
Aristophanes did an experiment where he stuck sticks in the ground on in Athens, and had a apprentice stick sticks in the ground several miles north. And Aristophanes, when the shadow was entirely down where he was, up where his apprentice was, it was showing a shadow. That in itself shows that there would be some kind of curvature in the Earth.
Hey, Einstein, that's not an experiment. There's no variable you manipulate. You're affirming the consequent. It's a fallacy. And Neil deGrasse Tyson says, if you don't assume parallel sun rays and you don't assume a distant sun, that experiment works on both models. The video's on my YouTube. So,
okay, I haven't seen your
Neil
YouTube.
deGrasse Tyson about the globe?
I don't know about Neil deGrasse Tyson, and I don't
that
know.
Works on both models, because if you don't assume a distant sun and you don't assume parallel sun rays, which is not what we see a local sun with crepuscular rays, well, then it works on both models. So it's not an experiment. You're presupposing distance to the sun and assuming parallel sun rays. That's not science. You are scientifically illiterate and probably a little drunk.
Okay, so I will give you the benefit that I am a little drunk, but I'm trying to figure out how that would assume that it doesn't assume that there's a
Let me give you an example. When you come home from work and you kick your shoes off, is there a chance that the shoes might have different shadows on the floor? Yes or no? Are they going to have the exact same shadows regardless of where you place the shoes on the floor?
I live in an apartment where there's no sunshine that comes in.
Oh, but you have lights in your apartment, or do you live in the dark?
I live in an apartment where there's the same sunshine, but if I kick them off in the same exact location, they are going to have the same exact shadows.
Okay, but that's not what the experiment was. The experiment was shadows 400 miles away having different lengths. So if you put your shoes on different sides of the room and you have a light above your head, one shadow is going to go one direction, one shadow is going to go another direction. Now, let me ask you this. Is that proof your room is a ball, Einstein?
It's definitely, if you take the, if it was flat, then there would be variation, but it is assuming that if they were that far apart, then there is going to be some variation that appears beyond what the Aristophanes found.
And you put some sticks in the ground 400 miles apart, and the sun is small and localized, you're going to have some different shadows. Not proof of ball Earth. It's just a fairy tale. You believe it's not an experiment, but it was a great opportunity for you to voice how scientifically illiterate you are.
Okay, so what I'm trying to figure out is...
Laugh it up, big guy. Laugh it up, dude. You think it's a joke they're lying to kids and you're freaking deceived? I don't. I'm not laughing.
Okay, so yeah, you scream at kids that the earth is flat. What the fuck ever.
Well, that was fun.
I'm tired of this fucking guy.
Okay, wait. Okay, well, I'm not. Let me wrap it up here. Nathan, I appreciate you coming on, and I'm sorry that things didn't go as I. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of envisioned it would turn out this way. But would you come back with just me and Zach?
Yeah, happy to chat with you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks for coming on at such weird short notice. That was surprising. I appreciate it.
It was my pleasure, dude.
And I promise it'll be less belligerent next time. And Ben is good people. I swear. He's just he's passionate about this, and he's drunk. And if you come back, it'll probably go a lot smoother.
It's all right, dude. I used to be a globehead too, guys. I don't want to be a flat earther. I don't want to shout at kids that the earth is flat. I wish they just taught them the truth. Okay.
Well, I think this will go smoother next time, but it's not like this is unfamiliar territory to you, right?
Yeah, no, we're fine, guys. Don't worry about it. It's all good, dude. I stop bullets all day, every day, dude.
Well, thank you, friend, and have a good night, and I'll be in touch, all right?
Yeah, have a good night.
Peace out.
That was amazing. Ben, thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry if I was overly belligerent to him. I tried to be civil, but his whole fucking...
Listen, hang on. You fulfilled your role beautifully. I do think that maybe, like I said, you fulfilled your role beautifully, but I do think that it should just be me and Zach in the follow-up sometime, unless, Gregor, you want to be a part of that. I don't know, but
I mean, I wouldn't mind being a part of it.
Yeah, Ben.
I mean, I've got no trouble talking to somebody that believes something that I don't.
Yeah. Ben, you probably would not want to be in a follow-up with him, right?
I tried to be civil, but when he just was on his whole fucking you're scientifically illiterate, when I pointed out the Aristophanes experiment, which was basically the experiment that kind of
he had an answer for you. I thought he was going to fall flat, but I'm not saying I'm on his side.
No, man, these flat earth dudes, they got answers for everything, dude. You gotta come a little bit more prepared if you want to talk to these cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not exactly objecting to his answer, but the whole fact that he was just like, "Yo, you're scientifically illiterate," blah 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 blah. He's just like, I'm tired of this fucking guy.
I understand.
Is it I kind of understand where he's coming from, but